If you're looking for a fun way to learn your dressage tests, adding poles might help. Prelim 2 is similar to Prelim 1 in that the trot, walk and canter sections can be easily separated. This helps when coming to learn the tests. The test begins by trotting down the centre line and tracking right at C. You then immediately make a change of rein across the diagonal M to K. Just as I leave the track at M, I have 3 trot poles at approximately 4 feet distance apart on the diagonal. At A, there's a 20-metre circle in trot. I've positioned 2 sets of 2 trot poles either side of X, so as I carry out the second half of my circle, I cross the 2 sets of poles. Once completing the circle, you change the rein from F to H. I again have 3 trot poles on the diagonal, but this time they are just before you meet the track again at H, rather than just after leaving the track. You then carry out a 20-metre circle on the right rein at C, and as you complete the second half of the circle, you should cross the 2 sets of 2 trot poles that are on the B to E line. After completing the circle, you make a downward transition to walk at M. At B, you carry out a half 10-metre circle to X, and at X a half 10-metre circle to E. I'm using the 2 sets of trot poles to help guide my half circles. There's then a free walk on a long rein from E to B in a half 20-metre circle. And I have 2 poles that are approximately 9 feet apart, positioned either side of the centre line on that second half of the circle. In the test, you then pick up trot again before M. Between H and C, you make a canter transition on the left rein. You then come round to E and carry out a 20-metre circle. Now I cross the 2 canter poles that are set at 9 feet apart on the first part of the circle, and on the second part, I go through my trot poles. You then canter round to F and change the rein across the diagonal. Return into trot just after crossing X. I find it hard to rebalance the trot after the canter, so picking up the 3 trot poles on the diagonal here can help. You then pick up canter on the right rein between H and C and carry out the 20-metre circle at B, again crossing the 2 canter poles, and then the second half of the circle going through the trot poles. This time you come round to K, and at K, change the rein across the diagonal but return into trot after crossing X. Again, got the trot poles on the diagonal to help rebalance the trot after the canter. The test finishes by trotting to E and then carrying out a half 10-metre circle to pick up the centre line and halting at G. Here's the floor plan for the poles. You have the 2 canter poles either side of X set at approximately 9 feet apart. Then on the EB line, you've got the 2 sets of 2 trot poles. These are at approximately 4 feet apart. Then on each of the diagonals, you've got the 3 trot poles. These are positioned just after leaving the track at M and just after leaving the track at H, and these are also 4 feet apart. I hope this plan is useful in helping you to learn Prelim 2.